Aman has been jailed for at least 17 years after being found guilty of the brutal stomping death of his own father in their home in 2016. Victorian man Nathan Missen, 29, has been jailed for 21 years for murdering his father, Mark Missen, at their Mooroopna home in regional Victoria in January 2016, before dumping his body in an old mineshaft days later. Supreme Court Justice Jane Dixon recounted the violent scene as she sentenced Missen on Monday, calling it a murder of appalling brutality. She said after bashing his father, Missen asked his girlfriend Ebony Road to get something to stop the bleeding, and she returned with a towel and a pillowcase. "You said to Road, it's too late to get him some help, I've broken his jaw," Justice Dixon said. "You wrapped the items around your father's head and then kicked and stomped on him repeatedly, whilst yelling at him to be quiet." Seven News reported that Missen had to stifle a smirk as family members spoke of their pain at Mr. Missen's murder. The court heard how Missen then wrapped a belt around his father's neck before pulling on it and then hiding the body in a cupboard before attempting to clean the blood from the floor. After leaving his father's body in the cupboard for 3 days, Missen, with the help of Road and a friend, dumped the body. Mr. Missen's body would be discovered a month later at an old mineshaft at Mooroopna. Police said the body was so badly decomposed that forensic police could only identify Mr. Missen by his fingerprints. While other family members filed a missing persons report, Missen and his girlfriend sold Mr. Missen's belongings on Gumtree. The killer and Road had recently moved into a home with Mr. Missen, 56, and it had been intended as a fresh start for the trio. But Missen had deep-seated emotional problems linked to a troubled childhood and would often row with his father, the court was told. Missen said the argument on the day of the murder was about a car him and his father had been working on together. His father gave the car away, and after finding out, Missen believed he did so to spite him. But the judge said the fight was also likely about Missen's treatment of Road. The father and son had a turbulent but close, even codependent relationship, Justice Dixon said. "You have said with hindsight that you felt you could not live with your father, but you also could not live without him," she said. "Tragically, as a result of your own criminal actions, you will now have to survive without your father's love and support." Missen, who pleaded guilty to murder, stood emotionless in the dock as he was sentenced to 21 years in jail with a minimum term of 17 years. In passing sentence, Justice Dixon took into account Missen's battle with testicular cancer while in custody as well as the physical and emotional abuse he suffered during childhood.